So on this one, we're doing a cabin up north, and as you can see, space is pretty limited. So we're gonna show you guys how to do a rough-in on a remodel. So the first thing you got to do is you got to go get warm in your truck because it's snowing outside. Next thing you got to do is you need to find out how much square foot you're going to be cooling. You want to figure out how big you want your return, all right? And then what you're going to do is you're going to figure out how long your ductwork is, the total equivalent length. You want to go all the way from your farthest return to your farthest supply. So that's exactly what it sounds like, from the return all the way to your farthest supply. The longest length that you have is 60 feet in this house. Okay, the static pressure I'm working with my furnace is 0.5 inches of water column. I'm going to take away 0.18 inches of water column of pressure due to my coil that's going to be in front of that furnace. I'm also going to take away 0.2 just in case my homeowner would like to use a MERV 11 filter. I will not totally be fucking them on restriction if they decide to put a big filter in. So now that's going to leave me with an available static of 0.12. That is the static pressure that your system is going to be, your duct system is going to have to like overcome, right? So think about it. You had 0.5, the furnace is rated for 0.5, but by the time I'm done with all of my, getting through my coil and sucking it through that filter, I'm going to be left with 0.12. So you need to design your friction rate. You're going to do this little equation here. You're going to do your available static divided by your total equivalent length, and you're going to times it by 100. That's going to give you 0.2. That number might mean absolutely nothing to you. But if you get one of these calculators here, this will mean something to you, okay? Now, you're going to go back to your drawing, and you're going to say, okay, I have a bedroom down here. Let's do this 132 one. Okay, static friction loss per 100 feet is right here, 0.2. You're going to line that up with how much CFM you need in that room. I need 132. So I'm going to slide this thing until it's about that's 140. 132 is right there lined up with 0.2. You see that? That's going to give me about a 6 to a 7 inch duct. Now, it's also going to tell me how much, if I need 132 CFM, it's going to be coming out at around 500 feet per minute. It's pretty much on the cusp with how fast you want things blowing out of a register, because if you don't have 8 to 10 foot ceilings, you're going to hear that. You know what I mean? Or if you have 8 to 10 foot ceilings, you're going to hear that. Anything higher than that, you can kind of get away with it sometimes on these really high buildings and everything. So, but this is what we're doing on here. All right, we're going to go with 0.2 static, and that's also going to determine how big your returns are going to have to be. So like right now, I'm going to have 2 returns on this house. I'm going to have an upstairs and a downstairs, right? Now, with returns, those are tricky because if you see here, we not only, so let's do the upstairs. I want to have 632 CFM. So I'm going to move this thing way over until it gets to 632 for 0.2. That's right here. Now, that's a 12-inch duct it's saying, okay? But let's look down here. We're trying to get 632 CFM, and we're going to have 632 CFM, and it's going to be at 500 feet per minute. That is right there in regards to feet per minute across your return. Your return is a little more important because if you have anything over 400, 500 feet per minute, if you're like double that because you want to be the idiot that's going to use, I use 0.08 for friction on all my ductwork. Guess what? Now you're going to make your return too small, okay? And your return is going to be sucking too fast, like sucking through a little straw. What does that make? That makes your velocity in the ductwork increase, your feet per minute. Now, anything over 500 feet per minute, you're going to start just knocking the dust loose from the filter. You're not going to be filtering anything anymore. Make sense? All right, we'll see you next time.